Yes. Okay. Yes, remember what I said last time? We talked about this last week. Breathe, stay off of Twitter, and keep innovating. Okay. Yep. Innovative companies. Hi.
Hey, Doc.
How are you?
I'm doing okay, Doc. I have a few concerns today.
Oh. Well, where should we start?
Well, Doc, the first thing, my major concern is I own about 40 to 50% Bitcoin. And I honestly don't know where the future regulation is going, which is concerning to my bottom line. And Doc, I need some help and guidance.
Okay. Where? Where do we start? All right. So let's talk about Bitcoin. You've been invested into Bitcoin for...
Doctor, not that long. It hasn't even been a full year yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you've had somewhat of a sizable return, though.
I have, Doctor. But what happens to that in the future when certain regulations come out that can hurt that return? What if I have to report this to the SEC in the future, Doctor?
I think that you're going to have to do that regardless. So I think that we should just let that go. So just breathe. Be okay.
Okay.
I mean, diamond fist. Hold on for dear life. Hodl. And, you can always shave off. There's nothing wrong with that. But, I feel like there's a way deeper issue beyond just Bitcoin. I strongly believe that you came to me more than just about Bitcoin. I mean, we understand Bitcoin can be somewhat of a wild card and, some people like them or they don't like Bitcoin. So I think that you should go with Ethereum, but that's neither here nor there. But let's talk a little bit deeper. What's the real big issue?
Okay, Doctor. Well, I must be honest, you're right. So the real deep issue here is there's some competitors that I'm a little fearful of. The Stripes of the world, etc. And I'm not really worried about PayPal. For me to bring on somebody new is nothing, compared to them, it's nothing. So They're not really my concern, but, we got Stripe and I see them on the internet in the mobile space and, it's very easy accessible for startups to, embed their functionality into, their services. But I'm behind in that arena, I'm beating them on pause though, POS systems, I'm winning.
Yeah.
I have them there, Doctor, but what do I do if they come to the market and take over?
Well, I mean, we get it. It's Stripe. I mean, but they're not even on the publicly traded market yet. So they're not even in your sandbox. They're like your professional league and they're still collegiate.
You're right, because I might be in that S&P 500 coming soon. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there you have it. Yes. And, it's a very, very exclusive club.
You know what I'm saying? Big boys, top 500.
There it is.
Very true, very
true.
So
you'll be fine. I think that you'll be fine. I think that at the same token, I understand that there's a reason to pause, but, I like what you said about, PayPal. I think that, ever since they lost eBay, they just... That was a very bad breakup.
I mean, what millennial doctor do you know wants to really go through PayPal these days?
Well, there is Venmo still. So,
there is.
But I don't think that that's really a huge issue. I think that, I think it's time that, you're a young, innovative company still. And the dope part about it is that you've got time. That's the first thing you got. And then the second thing that you have also is, honestly, you've got some greatness that you've been building and that you've been cooking in the kitchen. Do you recognize that in yourself or?
I mean, I do, Doctor. I mean,
Okay, so let's hear it.
I'm giving out loans, although interest rates might not be in my favor currently, but.
We may need to talk to our friends over there at the Fed.
We do.
I could just make another phone call.
Yes, please, Doctor. But I have set up myself to, once interest rates do come back, for me to be able to profit accordingly.
Okay.
And, I'm out here giving out loans to people for small businesses, especially.
There you go.
Minority, underrepresented communities. So I am out here doing my thing now, Doctor. Please don't get me wrong.
Okay.
My nervousness here, like I said, is
the competition.
It's the competition, Doctor.
Well,
how
big is the competition?
Well, Doctor.
I mean, are you really that afraid of Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan,
Not at all, doctor.
Bank of America,
No.
Chase,
Who?
Wells Fargo?
Who was that again?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
I should focus on my greatness, doctor.
I think you should. Now, okay, but you bring up a good point in looking into, let's say, Stripe. For what we know about Stripe is they're definitely on the forefront for startups where they use a lot of monetization for transactions that take place. Okay, so we got that part. But, you've been around the block quite a bit here on Wall Street. So
what if I acquired one of their competitors that maybe at least allowed me to compete in that space?
Now you're thinking like a shark.
I see.
There are many other competitors to Stripe and which may not make it to the pearly gates of the publicly traded market.
Okay.
Unless they take the SPAC route. But
and we're headed to IPOs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, you could probably make it a little offer. Go make friends with one of the other kids in the playground.
Okay. That sounds good.
Because they're not going to ever make it to the adult, table.
So as long as I have a piece of the pie, I'm still competing with my competitors.
Well, would you rather have a whole grape or a piece of a watermelon?
Piece of a watermelon, doctor.
Well, then there you have it. So I think you're going to do just fine. I think that you're just a little bit afraid of your own greatness. And here's the thing. Don't be so afraid just because of the fact that you see a competitor over the horizon. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm glad that you're knowledgeable about the competitor. So I guess the thing is that what is it that it specifically scares you? Is it just the fact that, people on my side of the table where we see the shiniest new thing and it's like, you think that we're going to forget about you or?
Exactly. I don't want to stop innovating and become an afterthought. It's the pressure of being on top of the big 500 sometimes, Doc,
But you're square.
I am. And I'm amazing, Doc.
Let's talk about it. Like, okay, I want us to do some like affirmations here.
Okay.
Let's set some affirmations.
Let's do it, Doc.
I want you to say, I am square.
I am square.
Say it with a little bit more feeling.
I am square, Doc.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That Mamba mentality right there.
And that's what I needed, Doc.
See? Okay. So now let's talk about it. What is it that you provide?
Well, I provide plenty of services for small businesses, even some fairly larger businesses where I offer POS systems. I do things where I have different capabilities built in for inventory per se, or payroll. You can even probably set up 401k services for your employees through me. I can actually create customer portfolios, all different types of things that will basically enable your business.
That's dope. I mean, and honestly, it's like, have you also forgot about the other part, that kind of made you guys like famous? Like you were significantly famous.
You mean Cash App, Doc?
I'm saying, like, if you think about Clubhouse, now everybody's like, hey, shout out my, Cash App, on my profile. So
yeah, Doc,
that was a
when COVID
thing.
hit, I had to pivot.
Instead of everybody having OnlyFans, they actually had Cash Apps on their Instagrams and everything else. So
that is very true, Doc.
Nobody was saying Venmo.
No.
And just think about this. Didn't you guys also make an acquisition? Who was that again?
Oh, you talking about the big boy title that we just acquired? Oh, okay. That will be finished later this year?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So that would offer an excellent opportunity for us to get into the big league space, right? Where we're doing concerts, right? So we're thinking ahead. So right now, we had a pivot, Doc, because of COVID from our small POS because, restaurants, things were closed, small businesses.
Yep.
But like you said, we did phenomenal with Cash App. But looking ahead, when we rebound and come out of COVID, we would definitely love the opportunity to get into the concert space, Doc.
Oh, I think that you guys...
concessions.
There you go.
The artists, direct payments, we're right in the middle.
And just think about it. You have a complete passport process of going through like your Cash App wallet, which is literally becoming digital wallet.
Yes.
And then on top of that, you can use that for, say, for example, going to a restaurant or paying for a concert, concession, whatever it is. You
can buy Bitcoin, Doc.
You can even buy stock.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How do you guys feel about Robinhood?
They're cute. They'll be a cute acquisition, maybe.
That would be interesting.
It would very well be interesting.
Do you really think that, I think that that's a possibility. So now you're starting to think a little bit like a Titan here.
I see that.
So how do you feel?
Well, Doc, after today's meeting, I'm definitely in a better place than I thought I was, Doc. And I definitely think that I can move forward from here and actually think about some wonderful acquisitions that would propel me even further than I am today.
There you go. See, it's just a matter of you just like recognizing exactly what is it that you bring to the table, and then also being able to put that into perspective of looking towards the future.
And I appreciate that, Doc. I needed that.
So what are we going to do now? Are we still going to worry about Stripe?
No, Doc. Okay. We're not worried at all.
I mean,
we're going to continue to innovate, maybe even buy an acquisition or something to compete in that space, because at the end of the day, I want a slice of that watermelon, Doc.
And will I get an invite to the party, when this
of course.
inclusion happens?
Of course. You'll be the first one.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
All right.
We'll be giving somebody the boot, Doc.
Well, don't worry. I'll have my secretary making the announcement soon. So, just be on the lookout.
Yes.
All right. Well, I like what you're doing. I think that you are doing a phenomenal job. I think that you just need to walk with that courage. Are you the same animal and the same beast at the same time?
I am square, Doc.
Then that's all that matters. I'll see you next quarter.
Yes.
All right. I expect to hear some good things.
Oh, good things, Doc.
Okay.
We'll be partying in the S&P.
All right. See you next week.
Yes, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Doc.
Sometimes innovation does win out. See you in the next one.